Streaming. All right, let's check if we are streaming. Connect streaming. Okay, so we should be. So now if I look, where is it? I think it's that link. If we go to this one, B. So now if I look, where is it? Yeah, okay, super. So we are streaming. Wonderful. All right, so, but which one do I need? I need that one. Super. So last we left off, we had completed, I believe the last time we worked on, yeah, it was this stuff. We worked on having these different inputs either disabled or not disabled based on the type of gradient that you select, whether it's radial or conic, right? We have different inputs are either disabled or not based on the size, based on the type of gradient that you select. And so that's working pretty well, so I'm reasonably happy with that. Now we do have to handle this input validation here, but actually as a first task today, what I'd really like to work on is I'd like to work on getting a basic deployment up. And specifically because this was bootstrapped with Create React App, we should be able to use the build process that Create React App comes with. And so we're going to go here and we're going to look a little into, have to move that over here, and we're going to look a little into the build process that Create React App suggests. Now specifically I'm interested in this GitHub Pages process, and so that's I think the one that we're going to look into here. So alright, so let's do, so what do I need to do here? This feature is available with React scripts 0.2.0 and higher. So which version am I using? React scripts, okay, 4.0.3. So, right, React scripts 4.03. And this says you need, what am I doing? Let's put that over here. 0.2, okay, super. Add homepage to package.json. Instead, you skip your app and open your package.json and add a homepage field for your project. Okay, so, all right. For a GitHub user page, yeah, I think I want that one, and add a homepage field. So this currently does not have a homepage field, so let's add, this is a top level field, so we'll go here. So my GitHub username is, what is it? My username.github.com. My GitHub username is LCD. And oh, can you not have trailing commas in JSON? Okay. And I would like to call it, this is gradient generator, so let's keep the name the same. Gradient generator. Okay. So what else do we do? Uses the homepage, Create React App uses the homepage field to determine the root URL of the root URL in the built HTML file. Okay. Install GH pages and add deploy to scripts in package.json. Whenever you run npm, you will see a cheat sheet with instructions on how to deploy a GitHub. Publish it to my username to GitHub, my app, run npm install save. right? So I'm using the yarn. I'm using yarn. So yarn add gh-pages. All right, let's do that. Yarn add gh-pages. So it is doing some things. It's doing all of its installation. If you notice why I keep looking over here, I have a second monitor set up, upgraded my setup a little bit, and so that's what all the looking is about. Okay, so this finished, which is wonderful. So what's the next step? Add the following scripts in your package.json. Pre-deploy and deploy. Add the following scripts in your package.json. Whoa, too many. Okay, we only want. Oh my. Yeah, but I only want these ones. Pre-deploy, and is there already a pre-deploy? Oh, no, right, okay. Add the following scripts in your pack. The pre-deploy script will run automatically before deploy is run. If you are deploying to a GitHub user page instead of a project page, you'll need to make one additional modification. Tweak your package.json scripts to push deployments to master. GH-pages. If you are deploying to a GitHub user page instead of a project page. I don't believe I'm doing that. Let me read up a little bit on the difference. Let's go to the gradient generator repo here, and then yeah, let's put this so you can see it here. The gradient generator repo. So then if we settings, I feel like this would be maybe, is this GH pages? Pages settings now has a dedicated tab. How do I get to oh, it's okay, pages, super. Gradient generator, pages. GitHub Pages is designed to host your personal organization or project pages from a GitHub repository. GitHub Pages, let's read about it a little bit. Websites for you and your project, hosted directly from your GitHub repository. What is GitHub Pages? You get one site per GitHub account and organization, and unlimited project sites. I think I want a project site. Start with one of the pre-built themes, or create a site from scratch. I want to start from scratch. Create a new repository. Right, I've done that. Commit. Right, so I have files. Click on the Settings tab and scroll down to the GitHub Pages section. Then select the main branch source and click on the Save button. The main GitHub Pages source, so it's this one. Host your personal organization or project pages currently disabled. Select a source below to enable GitHub Pages for this repository. Yeah, I feel like main is where you would want to yeah, okay. So I believe that's what I'm going to do in a couple steps here. I don't think I want npm run for this pre-deploy. I don't think I want npm run build. I think I want, what is the build? I want yarn build instead of npm run. I want yarn build. Okay. Deploy the site by running npm run deploy. For oh, the pre-deploy is, I see. The pre-deploy script will run automatically before deploy is run. I see. Deploy the site by running yarn deploy. For a project page, ensure your project settings use GitHub Pages. Make sure GitHub Pages option in your GitHub project settings is set to use GitHub Pages branch. Ah, okay. Ensure your project's settings use GH Pages. Aha. Okay. So not master. GH Pages. Okay. Right? Wasn't that the... Your GitHub Pages site is currently being built from the... But I would need... Wouldn't I need to... Okay. I feel like I would... I'm assuming that this tool is going to create a GH Pages branch and push it to the repository. Let's find out. So we're going to run the command yarn deploy. Well, yeah, let's double check here that right. Well, oh, what's this? There are look at all this. There are. Okay, and then this is all, this looks like all package lock stuff that changed. Yeah, okay, but there were a couple. So this is adds basic. So this is, let's commit this. Let's actually make sure. What is it? Package JSON. Oh, right. The package JSON, and the lock, right? Okay. Oops. Oh my. Back. Okay. Commit. Oh boy, we can't type today. There we go. This is, what are we doing here? This is adds basic deploy process. Okay, let's push this to main. All right, super. Now let's run yarn deploy. Command deploy not found. Okay. Ooh. Oh. These go in here. Whoops. Those are scripts, not top-level package JSON fields. Yarn deploy. Okay, so there's the React scripts build command. which is running. That looks encouraging. Creating an optimized production build, super. And it is building, doing its stuff. Browser list, can I use light, is outdated. Okay. This file sizes after gzip. Project was built assuming it is hosted at Gradient Generator. Okay, the build folder is ready to be deployed. Find out more about deployment here. GHpages -d build, 28 seconds. Now I want to go look at the I want to look to see what branches are here. Aha! There's a GHpages branch. Cool. I feel like it would have had, yeah, a recent commit. Okay. So I think my assumption was correct here, in that part of what this GHpages, what would this be called? The GHpages tool, process, program, utility, maybe? Command line utility, this thing. Part of what it's doing is it will create the GHpages branch if you don't already have it, and it'll push your deployed, your built, your production files to this GHpages branch. Okay, super. So now in GitHub Pages, let's try refreshing. Your site, this looks encouraging. It looks like it automatically found it, and it set my source. Your GitHub Pages is currently being built from the GHpages branch. GHpages. Okay. So if we go look, yeah, cool, there it is. That is some coolness right there. That is pretty cool. All right, that was a lot less. That was a lot less painful than I thought it was going to be. So this is basic deployment using GHpages. Pardon. Basic deployment on GitHub using GHpages. Now how can we, because I want to improve this a little bit, what I really want to do is I really want to have the test suite run before deployment. I feel like that would be a GitHub Actions thing. Okay. Custom URLs. Maybe learn more about GitHub Pages. I feel like this would be a GitHub Actions task. Actions. Any action can be used regardless of who authored it or where it is defined. workflow. Okay. Search or jump to. So what would I? So what's the thing I want to accomplish here? I want to have. I guess as a start, a good start would be to run the test suite. I think certainly to run the test suite before every push to the repo, I think is definitely a good idea. I mean definitely before a deploy. I feel like that could be a. I feel like I could do a script here. I could do that as part of pre-deploy. So what if I did React scripts test? So what if we did pre-deploy would be yarn test and yarn test and yarn build. Now run the deployment again. Creating an optimized production build, running the test suite, app.test.js. Did it? I feel like it. Okay. Well, wait, hold on here. Is it still React scripts test? I don't want to run that in watch mode though. Run the test. You can disable this. You can disable this behavior by passing in the watch all -- watch all equals false flag. Okay, that's the one I want. -- watch all equals false. Okay. So yarn test -- watch all equals false. But I had thought single ampersand was, so this would be if I do yarn deploy. Aha, there's all the tests. Yeah, and now it's running React scripts build. So first it runs React scripts test -- watch all equals false, and then it runs React scripts build. Okay, super. Okay, so another improvement, so test suite run before deployment, check. These are, I mean, these are unit tests. So this would be the test suite run against the production build, I guess is the next improvement for this. Okay, but I'm reasonably happy with the Now that's interesting. Why when I save my file does it... Interesting. It looks like it's watching this one, even though I put watch all of false. Interesting. Okay. So I think continuous integration for how would I do that? Or or I guess stepping back, what would be the point of well, there's a very good point, because I've been doing literally all of this work on the main branch, which is a big no-no. And so really what we should be doing here is there should be feature branches for this type of stuff, like when I was considering adding Formic in here. So yeah, okay, I think we're going to need to look up continuous GitHub Actions continuous integration. GitHub Actions GitHub Actions CI. Okay, GitHub Actions. GitHub Actions of your issue triaging. Push issue creation or a new release. Container, deploy a web service. Dependency resolution. Okay. Hosted runners. Versions of your live log, see your workflow. Service in community-powered workflows. Connects all of your tools to automate every step. For your own actions. That's funny. Public repositories, free. We love open source, free. Private repositories, there is some money. The future of workflow, okay. Sure, explore. Oh my, that's a lot of actions. So, what? An entirely new way to automate your development. Okay. I want to, what do I want to do? I want to trigger this command when So when something, what do I want to do? When something gets merged to the main branch, I want to trigger that. Let's make some notes here about exactly what I want to happen. So this is, I think it's GitHub Actions. When a PR gets merged against main, gets merged into main, I want to run the yarn deploy command. I believe that's it. Now, where do I want to run this command? I mean, on this machine, this is a Mac laptop, so I imagine I would need to. Let's find out what I need to do here. Search for apps and actions. Let's do the code review. Code quality. Okay. Continuous integration. Because I guess I would need some. I think I would need some. I'm not sure GitHub Actions is the right tool for this actually. Deployment. Continuous delivery. Isn't there a, I thought, what was the, let me see, continuous, how about continuous integration provider, continuous integration providers. Right, doesn't the Circle CI have a free tier? Circle CI free tier. Circle CI. Yeah, I mean that's I'm not running a ton of thing. Just pay for your team's usage based on machine type and size, and premium features like Docker layer caching. One job at a time. Linux, Windows, and I guess I'm unclear on if I need all of this. When a PR gets merged, because what do I want? I want to run a npm script on GitHub PR merge is what I want. run an npm script on GitHub PR merge. Okay, what's going on here? I have a library that I build with Angular CLI here. In order to release a new version of the library manually, I had to do this step, npm build. I want to release that library using GitHub Actions. So the steps above need to be executed within an action by looking into add this to the pre-publish step. Okay, I think that might be for automation of release to npm and run the, what is this one? First, I have actions for linting when I create a pull request. Types of tech. Okay. What's going on here with this one? Can easily write your files to be run on GitHub Actions allows you to run a workflow on any GitHub event. In your project root, create a file at our deploy workflow is going to occur on pushes to the master branch. Paste the following. Yeah, I think it's this thing really that I need an explanation of. Your GitHub action workflow. Now, where was that one? GitHub. Now that's pages. There's the deployed app. Okay. I don't really want the. I don't really want the. Feature. I mean, that seems very useful. I'm not entirely sure I need all of that. Go back to the. Isn't there an actions? Right, features action. That's the one I needed. Okay. I went right to the marketplace when I really need it is the documentation. Yes, this looks like what I need. Okay. There we go. Learn GitHub Actions. That is what I want. Whether you are new to or interested in learning okay, super. Understanding GitHub Actions, super. Wasn't there I think there was a video, right? Wasn't there there was an explainer video.
Automation is key for streamlining your work processes, and GitHub Actions is the best way to supercharge your GitHub workflow. This enables you to create custom software development lifecycle workflows directly in your GitHub repository. GitHub Actions is fully integrated into GitHub. It's built in. From the merge box to the checks tab, from the UI to the API, it works the way that GitHub works. And since GitHub Actions help you automate your software development workflows in the same place you store code and collaborate on pull requests and issues, you can discover, create, and share actions to perform essentially any job that you'd like, including CI and CD, and then combine actions in a completely customized workflow. So, to visualize how this can be useful, let's take a quick look at the basic GitHub flow, a lightweight yet effective branch-based workflow commonly used on GitHub, and then see how GitHub Actions fits in. Now, when we want to make changes to our code in our Git repository, we branch off of main or the production branch, make our commits, open up a pull request on GitHub to share our changes, and then merge this branch into the main branch, and then delete our feature branch. So, looking at the GitHub flow, where would this automation with GitHub Actions take place? Well, the great thing about GitHub Actions is that you can apply existing GitHub Actions, or even create your own GitHub Actions to essentially any stage in the GitHub flow. Do you want to include CI/CD? Well, GitHub Actions can do that. Do you want a specific automated task to run when an issue is opened, labeled, or closed? How about when a pull request is opened and you want automated reminders created based on labels or reviewers from a code owner's file? Well, GitHub Actions enables you to create these custom software development lifecycle workflows directly in your GitHub repository. GitHub Actions are event-driven, meaning that you can run a series of commands after a specified event has occurred. For example, every time someone creates a pull request for a repository, you can automatically run a command that executes a software testing script. Instead of using CI or CD integrations, with GitHub Actions you can build end-to-end CI and CD capabilities. And yes, you probably guessed it, directly in your GitHub repository. This gives you the ultimate freedom to customize how your actions work and automate tasks all along your software development lifecycle. So now that we can see where we can apply automation using GitHub Actions within our software development workflow, let's take a closer look into how GitHub Actions actually work. GitHub Actions use YAML syntax to define the events, jobs, and steps. These YAML files are stored in your code repository in a directory called .github/workflows. An event automatically triggers the workflow, which contains a job. The job then uses steps to control the order in which actions are run. These actions are the commands that automate your software testing. So in this example workflow, it automatically triggers a series of commands whenever code is pushed. GitHub Actions checks out the pushed code, installs the software dependencies, and runs bats-v to output the software version. With GitHub Actions, you can also build, test, and
Go back a moment.
GitHub Actions checks out the pushed code, installs the software dependencies, and runs.
Check out the push code. Not sure what this setup. I guess that's make sure you have Node installed. Installs the run code, installs the dependencies, and then
runs bats-v to output the software version. With GitHub Actions, you can also build, test, and publish across multiple operating systems, platforms, and languages, all within the same workflow, and then see these status checks displayed within your pull request. With GitHub Actions, you have the ability to create your own actions, or leverage these pre-built actions by the community found on the GitHub Marketplace. So if you've been itching to customize and automate your workflow from idea to production, jump into GitHub Actions today and explore the amazing community actions in the GitHub Marketplace.
all right, good job GitHub. That was a very nice explainer video. So let's read through some of these GitHub actions. Okay, we got some reading to do here. Learn the basics of course concept essential. GitHub Actions helps you automate tasks right, event-driven, run a series of commands after a specified event has occurred. Every time someone creates a pull request for Defi, automatically run a command, executes a software testing script. Demonstrates how you can use GitHub Actions to automatically run your software testing scripts. An event automatically triggers the workflow, which contains a job. The job then uses steps to control the order in which actions are run. These actions are the commands to automate your software testing. Below is a list of the multiple GitHub Actions components that work together to run jobs. You can see how these come. Event, jobs, step 1, runner, run actions, log results. Procedure that you add to your repository. Workflows are made up of one or more jobs and can be scheduled or triggered by an event. Workflows are made up of, be used to build, test, package, release, or deploy a project on GitHub. An event is a specific activity that triggers a workflow. It originates from GitHub when someone pushes a commit to file or when an issue or pull request is created. Webhook, when an external event occurs. Okay. A job is a set of steps that execute on the same runner. Workflow with multiple jobs will run the jobs in parallel. Jobs depend on the status of the build job. Fails, the test job will not run. Step can be either an action or a shell command. A runner is a server that has a GitHub Actions runner application installed. You can use a runner hosted by GitHub, or listen to it runs one job at a time, or reports the progress, logs, and results back. Ubuntu, Windows, and Mac, each job runs in a fresh virtual environment. Okay. Here's what I want. Create an example workflow. GitHub Actions uses YAML. Syntax: to define the events jobs, these YAML files are stored in your code repository in a directory called .github/workflows. So let's do that. I think that's what they were talking about here. So let's go do that. .github/workflows. So we need to create a new file called new file touch.github/workflows. .github/ create a learn GitHub Actions. So what would the name of this YAML be? How about deploy.yaml? I don't know. That might change. Oh, right. Isn't there a I think there's a flag for creating it on yeah. So what do I need? Let's do the man page for touch. Adjust the attempt to you change the I thought there was a okay, it's fine. We can do make dir GitHub and then make dir GitHub workflows and then that one. Okay. Deploy.yaml. There we go. Okay. So and add the following code. Let me do exactly this one. Let me follow the instructions. So touch workflows. We're going to do, what is it? Learn GitHub Actions. All right. Learn GitHub Actions. What is it? .yaml. .yaml. All right. So here, and add the following code. Name learn GitHub Actions. So name learn GitHub Actions on push on colon square brackets push jobs. We have stuff. Check bats version. Check dash bats dash version. Runs on Ubuntu latest. Runs dash on Ubuntu dash latest. Steps. 4 steps. Steps. 4 steps. There's a first step of uses. Okay, this is, I don't think I need to type all that out. Uses actions checkout v2, uses actions setup node at v2 with node version 14, run npm install g bats, global install bats, and then run bats-v. Commit these changes and push them to your GitHub repository. Your new GitHub Actions workflow file is now installed in your repository and will run automatically each time someone pushes a change to the repository. For details about a job's execution history, viewing the workflow's activity. So this would be did we add package.json workflows deploy and workflows write source.app? Okay. So this is adds sample GitHub action. Okay. Super. So push origin main. Alright, good. To help you understand how YAML is used to create the sections, okay, each line, name, object, the name of the workflow as it will appear in the actions table of the GitHub repository. Okay. Specify the event that automatically triggers the workflow file. This example uses the push event. So that the job runs every time someone pushes a change to their, you can set up the workflow to only run on certain branches, paths, or tags. Super, that's helpful. Groups together all the jobs that run in the Learn GitHub Actions workflow file. Defines the name of the check bats version job stored within the jobs section. That's a, so this is a key for this job. Configures the job to run on an Ubuntu Linux server. This means that the job will execute on a fresh virtual machine hosted by GitHub. Using other runners, see workflow syntax for GitHub. Groups together all the steps that run in the check bats version job. Each item that's on the section is a separate action or shell command. Is a separate action or shell command. Okay. The uses keyword tells the job to retrieve. Check. See what we're going on. Okay. Uses keyword tells the job to retrieve v2 of the community action named actions checkout. This is an action that checks out your repository and downloads it to the runner, allowing you to run actions against your code, such as testing tools. You must use the checkout action anytime your workflow will run against the repository's code, or you are using an action defined in the repository. Okay. This step uses the action setup node at v2 action to install the specified version of the node software package on the runner, which gives you access to the npm command. Okay. Run keyword tells the job to execute a command on the runner. Steps uses with run. You are using npm to install the bats software testing package. Bats command with a particular parameter that outputs the. So you can see the workflow file you just created and how the GitHub Actions Each step executes a single action shell command. Run commands directly on the runner. Event push, checkout repository, install node, install bats, run bats. Okay. Once your job has started running, you can see a visualization graph of the run's progress and view each step's activity. It's the main page, the repo, actions. Click the workflow you want to see. Under workflow runs, click the name of the run you want to see. Update action.yaml under jobs, or in the visualization graph, click the job you want to see. View the results of each steps. Cool. So I should then be able to, if I oh, I pushed already. Yes, so I should be able to see all of this stuff in, for example, actions. Ah, okay, look at that, failure. All workflows, GitHub work, right, okay, so this one, okay, I guess it's like the YAML file was empty. Jobs, triggered 4 minutes ago by main. Okay, check bats version. Check bats version. Set up job. Run checkout. Switch to the new branch main. Run action setup node. That's install node. Run npm install gbats. Right. Run bats-v. Post run actions. Complete job. Neat. So, oh, that's pretty cool. So I would have a deploy. And so I want to run the deploy. I want to run this deploy command when there's a merge to master. It's not master anymore, it's main. When there's a merge to main. Okay. So how do that's pages. I think that's the one, right? This one, yeah. What was that? Finding and customizing actions. Pre-built actions, I think we're gonna need that one. Also gonna need workflow syntax for GitHub actions. On the name of the GitHub event that triggers the workflow. You can provide a single event string, array of events, array of event types, or an event configuration map. For a list of available events, see events that trigger workflows. On push or pull request events. This is the, so this is specifically for the deploy. Because there's also, I also want when a PR into main is opened, run the test suite. When a PR into main is opened, when a PR into main is merged, run the yarn deploy command. Okay, so on pull request, so as a, is there a pull request merged? Is that a thing? Auto, or maybe it's, okay. Using a single, okay. Push main, push or pull request, but only for the main branch. Okay, using a single event triggered when code is pushed to any branch in a repository, triggers the workflow on push or pull request events. If you need to specify activity types or configuration for an event, you must configure each event separately. You must append a colon to all events, including events without configuration. Okay. On push to main or on pull request to main, trigger the workflow on push or pull request but only for the main branch. Also trigger on page build as well as release created events. You cannot trigger new workflow runs using the GitHub token. Following steps occur to trigger a workflow run. An event occurs on your repository and the resulting event has an associated commit, SHA, and git ref. The directory in your repository is searched for workflow files at the associated commit, SHA, or git ref must be present in that commit, SHA, or git ref to be considered. If the event occurred on a particular repository branch, then the workflow files will be present in the repository on that branch. For that commit, SHA, and git ref inspected, and a new workflow run is triggered for any workflows that have on values that match the triggering event. Is on your repository's code at the same commit, SHA, or git ref to trigger the event. Runs, GitHub sets the GitHub SHA variables in the runner environment. Schedule event allows you to trigger a workflow at a scheduled time. Okay, that's not what I want. Manual event. What are webhook events? Some events have more than one activity type that triggers the event. If more than one activity type triggers the event, which types for a complete list of available webhook events and their payloads, runs your workflow anytime the check run event occurs. I don't think that's what these are, so for example, a pull request is a webhook event. Runs your workflow anytime the pull request event occurs. More than one activity type triggers this event. For information about the rest. By default, a workflow only runs when a pull request's activity type is opened, synchronized, or reopened. Pull request closed. I don't want to run it on every push. I want to run it when the pull request is closed. It's interesting. I thought this would be a more common I guess we could let's do, I guess, the more common way. So when a PR into main, yeah, so we're gonna do this one. When a PR into main is opened, run the test suite. Okay, so this is on pull request. So deploy, this is, but this is not the deploy YAML file. This is, so this is actually a different one. This would be, how about PR opened? So new file, PR-opened, deploy, open PR, open-pr.yaml. So that's pr-open.yaml. So we namespace it there. Whoops, except you go inside deploy. Yes. So you have a name of pr-open, and you have on, this is pull dash, I think you do underscores, request, right? Yeah, pull dash request. Okay, and what is, so you're gonna have a jobs, and let's say the jobs is run test suite. And this would be, so what is the jobs run test suite? Runs on, so where is the runs on workflow syntax? Okay, where is runs on? The type of machine to run the job on. The machine can be either a GitHub hosted runner or a self-hosted runner. If you use a GitHub hosted runner, each job runs in a fresh instance of a virtual environment specified by runs on. The runner types are no faults and service level agreement more. Okay. So do it on this one. Runs on. Okay. And then steps. So what steps do I need here? I need this one. Uses actions / checkout at v2. Definitely. You definitely have to check out the latest of the branch. Do you need node? Yes, you need node. So this thing, definitely. Node version 14. That would be a thing that I would want to have these things in a configuration file actually. So this would be GitHub Actions, store, should really be environment variables, environment variables in config file. Okay, and then so we have node, and then I want to run, and the command we want to run is do we have I think the command to run would be yarn first, and then run, and then we have to install, this is not the deployment, this is the test. So we install yarn, and then we run the test suite, which is yarn test. And then what? Let me delete this deploy.yaml for now. Yes. Okay. I feel like that should do it. Let's take a look. Right. Okay. So PR. Yes. Let's stash, and then let's check out -b GitHub-actions. Yep. Okay, and then stash list. Let's stash pop, because I need the commits to be on a different branch so that I have a branch to merge in. So that I have a different branch to be able to open a PR. That's why we're doing this. So Now we want to add the changes into GitHub Actions. Super. So now I will need to commit here. This is adds PR open action. Okay, so now push origin gh-actions. Yes. Okay. So now, if we go to our, if we go to, there's our repository. Super. Okay. Compare and pull request. So I want to look at this page because I'm expecting. Yeah. Okay. There's the 4 workflow runs. That's gonna be a long. That's gonna be a very long list. Right. So we don't actually care about this one. This deploy. Yeah, we don't actually care about that one. You can delete it. Yes. Oh, okay. You have an error in your YAML syntax on line 2. Okay. Thank you. That is very. You have an error on your YAML. That's PR-open. Okay, which means I messed it up. Name. What is incorrect about that? Learn-github-actions PR-open on. Is that the name of the thing? I'll bet that's not the way you use the webhook events. Build or set up integration set as GitHub apps or auth apps. Tree will send HTTP post payload to the weapons. Use to update external issue tracker trigger CI builds. Install an organization's. Shouldn't there be a. I feel like there should be a list of. Using a single event on push triggers the workflow on push or pull request events on pull underscore request on pull underscore request Oh, I think I messed up. I think that's the problem, is the thing that I messed up. Let's try that one. Fixes typo is what that is. Oops. Fixes typo. Okay. So push origin gh-actions. Yes. Okay, so now when we go to here, I'm expecting it is queued. That happens on any push. It's kind of useful actually to have a So what I was saying there is that it's kind of useful to have a thing that tells me if something goes wrong on any push. Although when you're scaling, that could get out of hand, and so you would do that per particular push that gets set up. So let's look then at so that's the actions. So let's refresh this actually, because there is, right, fixes typo, merge, okay. Right, so this is adds PR open action. Adds PR-open GitHub action. Right, okay. Merge GH actions into main. Create pull request. Some checks haven't completed yet. One queued and one successful check. So this adds PR open GitHub action. This is PR open is that's the test suite that's going to run. So if we click on it, what happens here? In progress. If I click on the job, set up job, run, so it's checking out the branch. This is install node. This is run yarn. This is very cool that you can do all of this. Pretty cool. And here on the PR, it shows the GitHub actions. Very cool. Yeah, you can see it does them in parallel. So there's yarn, and this is run yarn test. So there's yarn. Here is yarn test. React scripts. Test suite 7 passed. There's the post job cleanup, post run actions, and here is complete the job. And here, there it is, all checks have passed. PR open, run test suite. Learn GitHub actions, PR open, run test suite. So it might actually be better to name it run test suite unit tests. That'd be interesting. Okay, so it might be better if so let's change, let's say rename, instead of PR open, let's call it run tests. Run tests, name run dash tests unit tests unit dash tests. Alright, I think we can delete this. Learn GitHub Actions 1. Let's delete that one. Move to trash. Run tests. Let's say update run tests workflow. So this would be does that only run on create, or does that also run on update? Pull request. By assigned, unassigned, labeled, unlabeled, opened, edited. Whoa, that's an alarm. Opened, edited, closed. For example, you can run a workflow when a pull request has been assigned, opened, synchronized, or reopened. Yeah, I think I want edited. I think I want edited as well. What are the activity types? This would be GitHub pull request activity type events. GitHub pull request activity type events. Is it this one? That's the type of list I was looking for. Events that trigger. Yeah, but that's the page I was on. How did you get that from here? I'm not entirely sure how you got this. I guess this is the one I want. Title, body, or the base branch of the PR is modified. The base branch of the PR. Base. I think that's this one. Right? Oh, the base branch of the PR is modified. No, I want the compare branch of the PR is modified. That's not actually the one I want. I want the compare branch of the PR is modified. User is unassigned. A label is assigned. A label is removed. Pull request. Title, body, or the base branch of the PR is modified. Title, body, or the base branch of the PR is modified. What is the body of a PR? When you say oh, do you mean, I guess you mean, okay, yeah, okay, body, got it. There's a section there. Close pull request is close, no reopen. Synchronize, that's the one I want. Commits pushed to the pull request. Okay, it's called synchronize. That's what I needed. So the syntax here is on pull request, really then opened or synchronized. I don't want on edited. The title, the body, or the base branch. Yeah, I think I only want opened, pull request. Oh, yeah, that's what I want. A workflow only runs activity is opened, synchronized, or reopened. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. I don't need to do anything here. So I can, we have added that. We need to commit. We have changed the name. What branch are we on? On branch GH actions, good. So this is changes work GitHub actions workflow name to run-tests. Okay. Yes. So now when we push to origin gh-actions, yes. So go back to the open pull request. Yeah, cool. Run tests, unit tests. That's the thing. Run tests, unit tests. On, oh, I guess it tells you the action, the event that caused it. If we go here, summary, go back to the actions. There it is, adds, that's the one that's running. Even handles mutating the 12, okay, and it is, so I should be able to click on this, so yeah, it gets you to that same spot. There are the installs. That is cool. This is nifty. So when a PR into main is opened, run the test suite. We have done that. When a PR into main is opened, run the test suite. I wonder if I can do the merge when a PR into main is closed. I feel like I should be able to do that. That would be deploy. Because the closed, okay, so no, pull request is closed as opposed to merged. User is assigned to the pull request. Labels apply to the created. Out of draft mode. Unlocked. Okay. Reopened. I feel like there should be a on pull request merge. Let's see, GitHub Actions on PR merge. I feel like this should be straightforward. Oh, I see. Okay. The solution would to directly push commits. So it looks like Jen has the... There's no way to specify that a workflow should be triggered when a pull request is merged. However, because a merged pull request always results in a push, you can use the push event to accomplish your goal. Let's say that you want to run a workflow whenever a pull request is merged to your master branch. You can do something like this. This workflow will run when a PR is merged or when a commit is made directly to the master branch. You can list multiple branches if you'd like, or use a more sophisticated filter pattern. Push branches. Okay, super. So that passed. So we would actually do workflows new file. So we would have a deploy YAML, which would, so name is deploy on push to main jobs deploy runs dash on Mac OS dash 11 steps uses actions slash check out at v2 uses actions set up dash node at v2 with node dash version 14 run yarn. You have to install yarn. Yeah, still run the tests. Yarn test. Then we're going to which means we can actually remove this from here, and we can we need GH pages. to run yarn gh-pages. Is that the whole command I needed? GitHub pages. Yeah, yarn. You may use yarn. Yarn add gh pages, and then I would run yarn deploy right. On push branches master. Okay, on push branches, on push branches, on push branches, on push branches dash the name of the branch, and then jobs. Okay, so this should be, it's kind of tough to read there. There we go. Yarn. Right, because we also have the deploy YAML. Okay, so this is commit adds deploy GitHub action. Yes. Okay. So push origin gh-actions. Yes. Okay. That seems to be taking a little longer than normal. Did you? Okay, yep, you did. There is the adds deploy GitHub action. There you are. Yes. But why did it succeeded 9 minutes ago? Yeah, did that update? It didn't. Okay, it didn't update from the latest run. Super. So I mean, I guess for now, the way we'd be able to tell if the deploy action that's going to run after this one runs, when this is closed, if the deploy action runs, would be if this, not on localhost, this here, oh, nope, not that one, which means we need to go to velcd.github.io gradient generator, would be if this one still works, or if it is broken. That would be the way to check. Look at that, no errors in the console. I do like that. But it does say there's one issue. Interesting. Let's see, we could add some random colors, and we could put, how about I do kind of like these conic gradients. These are a bit fun. You could put Change some colors here. Maybe put it down over to, although I think I like it better to do it over here, and then, yeah, let's do it on that side. And then change it so that it's pointing to the majority of the, yeah, like that. There you go. Cool. Then we can add another one, right? So you have another color stop in there. You could add more, but change this one. Yeah, change this one down to maybe 3, and change this one to, how about 15? And change this to 30, and then this to 36 to 42. There you go. Look at how cool that is. A conic gradient. Neat. Okay, so the run tests worked fine. I don't think that has updated yet. There it is. Right. Okay. So now when we merge into main, swash and merge, yes. Yes. Pull request successfully merged and closed. Super. So now if we go back to here, yeah, there's the deploy action. Awesomeness. So let's take a look into the deploy. So, right, yarn, and it's going to run the test suite again, and then it's going to install GH pages. It's going to run the deployment command. Found in cache, users runner hosted tool cache, linking dependencies, installing dependencies. It's neat that it gives you time too it gives you a timestamp for the actions. So we're waiting for the yarn dependencies to install. This comment is quite useful, as well as this list is actually quite useful also. Although I guess I could add GH pages to the, it failed. All right. It didn't work. Okay, could not read username for, okay. Got it. Okay, so there's more work happening. There's more work that I need to do here. So let's see if it, okay, so it didn't update. So I feel like I could also add GH pages as a would you add that as a dev dependency? I'll leave it there. All right, so there's definitely a so for next time, what we're going to work on here is close this one. Close that. So this is error on GitHub action deploy command. This is looks like I need to set up my username in an environment variable. And that will be for next time. Okay, I think that's all for now. I'll see you next time. Bye.